Your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, good evening to you. It has been another interesting day out there. Lots of cloud cover, a little bit of rain, and those showers are now pushing northward and out of the area. Still a little bit of activity up into Livingston County right now and near Pontiac. And all of this is moving off to the north. And we're going to be done with the rain and actually setting up a really nice Thursday, especially as we head into late October. 54 is the current temperature. That temperature actually may start to come up overnight. It's not the typical way things go, but it's going to. And we're going to hit, look at that. Yeah, your eyes are not deceiving you. 80 degrees tomorrow. But it only lasts for about a day. We'll talk about the big cool down that is to follow and when we'll see more storms when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
A deadly crash on this road tonight. We'll have the very latest from the scene. And it's a similar car, but not exact. What crime one man says he did not commit.
And it was a widespread mistake in one county, what thousands of homes got in the mail.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
At least one person is dead after a car crash tonight. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. That crash happened on Route 45, 3 miles south of Rantoul. State police would not release any other details. Several ambulances were on scene, and Route 45 from County Road 2700 North to 2900 North are closed for several hours. No word if anyone else was hurt. We will, of course, continue to keep you updated.
One man says he was questioned by police for a deadly hit and run.
I mean, I still, like right now, I don't even know what to say.
His car is nearly the same model and appearance of the one police are searching for. Now he's trying to clear his name from the suspect list. The crash happened on Sunday, October 11th, in the westbound lane of Route 150 in Mahomet. That's half a mile east of Spring Lake Road. State police believe this Mustang is the car that was involved in that hit and run. So far, the driver and the car have not been identified. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen joins us now. So, Jennifer, what did he have to say to you?
Paul, that man acknowledged that his car, seen in this image here, is very similar to the image that police are looking for. But that man contacted us here at WCIA saying he wanted to make sure people and police know he didn't commit this crime.
This is a 2013 Roush Mustang. I've actually bought it last month.
Chris Burton's car may stand out among others in small central Illinois towns. That became clear when he says law enforcement showed up at his front door.
Why would a cop stop by and look at my white Mustang? You know, it's just out of the blue, because I knew nothing about it.
Police came to compare his Mustang to the one they're searching for in the deadly hit-and-run case. 3 bicyclists were riding in the westbound lane of Route 150 in Mahomet. State police say 2 of them were hit by this Mustang shown in a surveillance image. One of them survived, but 50-year-old Bill Shue died. Troopers say the driver of the car did not stop and left the scene. Police believe the car in question is a 2010 to 2014 white Ford Mustang with black side view mirrors. Burton recognized the striking resemblance to his car.
And the photographs look almost identical to my car.
But the difference is his has white mirrors, and police say the car involved in the hit and run would have damaged the front right bumper, the front right quarter panel, and the passenger side view mirror was broken off. Burton's car doesn't look like that, and he says it would take weeks to order and install custom parts to repair that kind of damage on his car. I asked state police if Burton was cleared in this investigation, if they have any suspects, and why this specific car is believed to be the one involved in the hit and run. They replied saying, quote, "At this time, we are trying to maintain the integrity of the ongoing investigation and cannot disclose additional information," while Burton maintains his innocence.
There was no way that I did this or my car was even involved in it. I would have immediately called 911 and took care of it the proper way.
He says.
But the family needs peace. Since there was a death in the family, you know, I respect their wishes and hope they find the criminal that did it.
If you see a car that looks similar to the one in the surveillance image or have information about what happened, state police are asking you to call them or Crime Stoppers. We have contact information for them on WCIA.com.
Unless you invite the police over to their house, you never want to see them. I had to imagine he was very uncomfortable.
True, but he was also just very open about the fact that he wanted to defend that he was not the person who did this.
Absolutely. All right, Jennifer, thanks. Now, in other news, police say a bicyclist who was hit in Rantoul is improving and in stable condition. Happened last night on Murray Road by Chandler. It's a narrow road without a shoulder on either side, and it's poorly lit. Police say the rider was wearing dark clothing. He was hit around 8:30 after the sun set. The driver is cooperating with police.
We have an update on a teenager who was hurt after a two-car crash last night. Authorities say 18-year-old Tristan Duncan was on West Evergreen Avenue in Summit Township when he lost control, spun out, and collided with another car. His family says he is now off of a ventilator and is responding. They say they are thankful for everyone's kind words and prayers. Two teenagers are in custody after police say they stole a car this morning. They were caught after a crash near Crystal Lake Park in Urbana this afternoon. It started as a chase after a shoplifting call on North Cunningham, and the car crashed near Country Club and Broadway. Police say that vehicle was stolen this morning near U of I's campus. The owner told us he had just stopped to get some food.
And I told myself, okay, let me go grab something to eat. Soon I step in my car, I let my car run for a little bit because it will be very quick. And when I step outside to get inside of my car was gone.
Urbana police say both their department and the Champaign Police Department are dealing with a string of vehicle thefts.
New at 10, Decatur police are investigating after a person was shot tonight. It happened near Grand Avenue and Water Street. They say people in one car were shooting at another car. The victim was taken to the hospital. No word on their condition. And a home in Champaign is badly damaged because of a fire tonight. The house is along West Healy near South Pine. Firefighters got the call just after 7. Nobody was home. The neighbors next door called 911 when they saw the flames.
It sounded like it was thunder, but then a large glow came off with it too. And so we opened up our blind and we could just see flames shooting. So we came out of our home and it was just an intense heat.
The cause of that fire remains unknown. A man in Decatur is in custody after being accused of grooming a 12-year-old. Police say Brandon Tovar was arrested after his daughter found sexual messages between him and one of her friends. They say she was concerned he raped her friend after she was sleeping alone with him in his bed. Tovar also told police he was a youth minister at Heartland Community Church.
Other news tonight, a look at coronavirus numbers statewide. More than 4,300 new cases were announced today for a total of more than 355,000 in Illinois. The positivity rate increased again. It is now at 5.7%. Another 69 people have died, including 8 in central Illinois. 9,300 people have died from COVID across the state. Springfield's mayor says indoor dining should stay open no matter what, even as his county and region are trending in the wrong direction. The mayor doesn't like the idea of bringing back the exact same restrictions that were used in phase 3. Data from the state shows bars and restaurants to be one of the most likely places for somebody to catch COVID-19. The mayor thinks bars can shut down first. He says restaurants can more easily keep people separated.
A church in Springfield is temporarily closed after several congregants tested positive for COVID-19. Third Presbyterian Church officials said it was important to close the building for the next week, including on Sunday. It's being done so the building can be cleaned. They also said they wanted to continue to keep people socially distanced. The Champaign-Urbana Public Health District is sending a warning about COVID-19 tracing. Scammers are taking advantage of tracing calls. Public health staff will always provide their name and never ask for money, banking information, your social security number, or immigration status.
It's one event that's still going on this year, how it's bringing people together even though we're apart.
Plus, you might want to double check your polling location, how thousands were sent the wrong information.
And a late season start isn't the only change for the Illini this year. How getting to the game will be different too.